Today I wanted to do something that I really enjoy doing because I can look back on it and kind of reflect on what I did or didn't do throughout the year. And for 2020, I never made a resolution video. Maybe I was foreshadowing in my head for what was to come of 2020. I think it's safe to say that 2020 has kind of not been anybody's year unless you're a billionaire. But I mean, I don't know. I guess there are a couple of things to reflect on and look back on that was a positive thing. But I wanted to do kind of a 2020 recap only because I want to remember this year specifically, and I want to do a 2021 resolutions or what I expect or hope for or am wanting for 2021. I think that everybody's looking at 2021 as this saving grace year that once January 1st hits, everyone's gonna go back to normal and everything's gonna be fine and we're all gonna be great and happy. I don't think that's gonna happen. However, I do have hope for 2021, and I have to have hope that 2020 is not gonna be the new normal. But we'll kind of go on into what happened in 2020, the good things that happened in 2020 / weird things that I kind of want to just remember as a recap of 2020. So I did write down a whole little list because my memory is so bad lately, guys. I don't know what it is. I have bad brain fog. It's not even funny. I don't know what's going on. That's another topic. First thing is we'll talk about the shutdown. I think it's a blessing and a curse for many reasons. I'm someone who is a homebody. I like being at home. I like staying at home. I like being around my home. I don't like being away from home. So it was kind of a blessing because I got to stay home and we didn't have to worry about stuff. But also it was kind of a curse because I couldn't see my grandma, and also it was a really scary time because everybody was buying everything off the shelves. We were worried about food. There was food shortages. There was coin shortages. There was toilet paper shortages. Like, everybody just bought everything, all the essentials off the shelves, and freaked out. It was very weird, but also kind of a time, I think, where everybody got to just spend time with their significant others and family members. We are such a go society, so it was really nice to be able to just sit back and be at home with your family and friends and people that you care about. So I think it was kind of a blessing and a curse. I also got furloughed this year for saving money for my company, and that was an interesting thing. I got unemployment at that time. I got an additional $600 on top of, I don't remember what it was, but unemployment was $600 more a month than what it usually is. So I actually was able to make some savings for myself, and that was great. And then it all went away. So it was kind of like a sucked one way, but then was good the other. So being furloughed was a thing. We also got stimulus checks for the first time, and that was a nice thing. Got to pay some bills with that. Still, I'm broke, so it didn't really help, and we haven't gotten stimulus checks yet. So it's kind of annoying. So we got to file jointly for the first time as a husband and wife. Hi, Runa. And we also celebrated our 1-year anniversary in November, so that was a positive thing. I also got a promotion at work, so I got a small raise, and then I went from like a regular case manager, a CM1, I think, to a CM2, so the next above, and I got almost a dollar something raise, something like that. Not super huge, but it definitely made a difference. And that was in March, and that was right when the shutdown happened. So the promotion I got, I'm supposed to work in a classroom setting with littles ages 3 to 5, 3 days a week, 2 different classes that is teaching like coping skills based off of conscious discipline. And I never got to do that because the shutdown happened right as soon as I got my promotion, so that sucked. But I got the promotion, and I've been doing a virtual class with the kiddos ever since, I think, May or April. So that's kind of a positive. And what appeared to be a not so positive thing actually turned into a positive thing. Whenever we moved, we did not want to move. I did not want to leave our apartment complex, but due to safety concerns, we moved, and I am so glad we did. This place that we're in now is much safer. There's security cameras everywhere. It's a much nicer neighborhood, and it's a much quieter area, kind of secluded from everyone, and I feel much safer knowing that my address isn't on the internet. So moving was kind of like a bittersweet thing, but now looking back, it was a more positive thing, so I'm glad that happened. But really, that's it. I mean, 2020, I expected a lot more for myself and for my husband and I, but once the pandemic hit, all bets were off. I wanted to go on a honeymoon for our 1-year anniversary in November. Obviously that wasn't happening because we never got to go on a honeymoon once we got married because we couldn't afford it, and so we were going to save up all throughout the year of 2020 and go on this trip to either Utah or Washington State or California, somewhere on the West Coast, and drive up there and make it like a week, 2-week trip. Didn't happen. So we are back to square one, trying to figure out when do we take our honeymoon, even though now it'll be like 2 years ahead. But I still think that's something that we want to work on for 2021, is if the pandemic is under control with the vaccines and with everyone staying at home and it's safe, then I want to start saving some money and go on a honeymoon. For us, what we were thinking is, even if the pandemic isn't under control, we could go to a place like Utah so that we aren't human contacting with people. It's more of like a sightseeing, camping, finding like a tiny little cute tiny house Airbnb type of thing and doing a trip that way. So I'm hoping for 2021 that could be something that we might do. Speaking of money, I am deciding a lot of things for 2021 with regard to my career path. I'm either going to stay at my current job and go get my master's degree, and I need to decide what place I want to do that and start applying now, actually, before it's too late, and possibly start my master's in 2021. Or I need to decide if I want to stay at the place I'm at now and advance in that career field or not. So either way, even if I get my master's or not, I need to decide if I want to stay at the place I'm at now. And if I don't, then I want to move on and find a different job, which is a very scary thing for me. I've been where I work at now for a year and a half, I think. I started in June of 2019, I think. When we moved to this city, that was the first job I got, and that's where I actually, second job technically, because I had my practicum, which was actually a job, and I worked there a month after I graduated from college, and then I immediately got hired on to where I work at now, and that's where I've been at ever since. So I feel stagnant and like I can't move very far, so I need to kind of see what do I want with my career. So that's something I'm going to be figuring out and hoping to do in 2021. I also want to start focusing on health. We have been really bad at eating out, and that's been burning our pockets really badly. So kind of like a 3-in-1. I want to start drinking more water, start eating healthier at home, and also start creating a major budget. Those are 3 things that we need to do in 2021, and then I want to do for myself. And with that, with health and all that, either Trey is going to be going to the military in 2021 at some point, or I think what we should start doing towards the end of 2021 is planning on buying our first home, if that's in the cards for us. With that, for 2021, I also want to start tackling our debt with creating a budget and not eating out, because then it'll save us so much more money. Like, it's ridiculous how much money we spend on eating out and food, and how much and how often we eat out. It's starting to affect my health. It's starting to affect me personally, feeling good about myself, so it's just got to stop. I also think it's time to start therapy again in 2021. I'm going to start looking for a therapist. I was looking in about September. I had a lot of childhood trauma start dredging itself back up, and had a really long, hard phone call, 4.5, 5 hour long phone call with my mom, where I just like lost it and cried and realized I was not over childhood trauma, and that's not who I am and who I want to be. So I need to start working through that and processing through that. I never officially have processed through my childhood trauma. So I think I'm finally at 24 years old ready to discuss that and to bring it up and talk about it and process through it and accept it. I have kind of blocked out a lot of my childhood and I don't remember a lot, even the good things. So I think through therapy that it'll help me to remember a lot and help me to accept what happened and forgive my mom finally. I also am hoping in 2021 that I'm going to be getting clarification on whether I have PCOS or have endometriosis or both or neither. I have been going to a dermatologist. He told me I had PCOS. I went to an endocrinologist. She told me I didn't have PCOS. I missed my PCOS appointment or update because he was having me on medication for birth control to see if that would help with my period pains. I didn't go to the appointment, so I need to call him back, let him know what the endocrinologist said, set up an appointment, figure out what's going on with my body, and decide if I want to be on birth control pills or not anymore, because it's made my periods super weird and inconsistent, and weird stuff is going on that I'm not sure that I like with the pills. So I need to decide on what to do with that. So that'll be something I'm looking forward to figuring out in 2021. And I think really the last thing that I'm looking forward or expecting or wanting to happen in 2021 is I am hoping by the very beginning of 2021, hopefully before I'd say Valentine's Day, I'm going to be opening up a small business. I have been getting into resin and clay work. I have some of my stuff back here where I'm making jewelry and different items. So I'm hoping that I'll be opening up a small business at that point in 2021. Hopefully, honestly, by like the very beginning of the year. I don't know. It depends how much stuff I can make in stock. I don't know if I'm going to do custom orders or if I'm going to make specific items and then see if people buy those items, and if they want more, then I would make more. But I'm someone who's very, if I don't have it perfect, then it's not okay, and I'm learning that that's not an option really in small businesses, that with resin and with hand making items, it's not going to be the same thing every single time. So I just need to accept that, but it's hard for me. So yeah, those are the things that I want to happen or expect to happen in 2020. And obviously I am hoping and expecting that we'll be getting the vaccine soon for everybody, and that 2021 will be the year where we fix COVID or control COVID and get it to where it's safe to be around people. I'm also actually really looking forward to having Joe Biden as our president and Kamala as the vice president. That is something I'm so looking forward to, and I think it's just like, just that alone on January 20th, 2021 is going to be just so nice to have at the beginning of the year, and it's going to set me up for a successful year, I think. Allowing Americans to kind of heal from the 4 years that we've been through the last 4 years. So yeah, not to be political or anything, but yeah. So those are kind of my resolutions, or what I want or expect or hope in 2021, and also kind of a recap of what happened in 2020. Not a lot happened for us, but I did want to kind of make a video documenting it, because it's going to be a weird thing to talk about 10, 20 years from now or read about, and I want to document kind of what was going on in my life in 2020 and what I accomplished and what I didn't get to accomplish. And also I just want to kind of have this video to look back in 2022 and kind of see where I'm at. Oh, also, I guess the very last resolution, or what I want in 2021, is to hit 2,000 subscribers. I'm about 1,400 now. So I think that's very reasonable for me, and also kind of insane to think about. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I just wanted to make this video to document it, to look back on it, and see kind of what I can do in the next year. So yeah, I'm gonna go because now Trey can hear me and this is awkward. So thank you guys so much for watching. May all your stars align, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.